Every year, thousands and thousands of hikers flock to the Appalachian Trail, the trail that goes from Maine to Georgia, Georgia to Maine. It is approximately 2,200 miles long. And when we go to the mountains, when we go to the hiking trails, we all go for particularly the same reasons. We go to get away from the city life. We go to get away from a lot of people. We go to get away from noisy cars. We go to get away from noisy radios and televisions and take a break in life. Who doesn't love the woods? Who doesn't love the trees, the beautiful mountains, the rivers, the streams, birds, rabbits, turkeys, deers? We go to get away from the city life. We go to refresh our minds and our bodies. And we never think about, most people never think about one thing, and that is being safe on the Appalachian Trail, or for that matter, for any trail in the world. The odds of getting assaulted or murdered on that Appalachian Trail is very, very slim. You're more likely to be raped, robbed, or murdered in the city than you are on the Appalachian Trail. When you are around a lot more people, that increases your odds of being robbed, raped, or murdered. So when we go to the woods, when we go to the trails, when we go hiking across the mountain peaks, we go to be refreshed, to rejuvenate our spirit, to clear our minds, to ease our conscience. Hiking in the deep woods is a place where people should absorb nature, enjoy life. When you're hiking deep in the woods, you never think about being assaulted, being raped, being murdered. I remember this hiker, Meredith, her name is Meredith Emerson. I always think about her. I'm sorry for the noise. There's a plane across the street and they have these big motors, fans blowing. Well, on every year, January the 1st of every new year, I think about Meredith Emerson. On January the 1st, 2008, she hiked on the Appalachian Trail on Blood Mountain in Georgia, which is located in Lumpkin County and Union County in northeast Georgia, in North Georgia. So on January the 1st, 2008, she went hiking with her dog, Ella. And after hiking for quite a distance, this guy was following her. He was stalking her behind trees. He was watching her. And so when she went, that was her New Year's resolution, was to go, to go hike the trail. She never thought about danger of being stalked, being raped or killed or robbed. But nonetheless, she encountered this sociopath named Gary Hilton, Hilton. After stalking her for a distance, he tied her, he assaulted her, he threatened her with a knife or whatever. He tied her up, her hands, bound her, and put her in his van. And after 3 days of her, she played it cool. She was like a brown belt in karate. She played it cool, and she was trying to keep a level head to get away from this sociopath. After 3 days, and on January the 4th, he had retrieved her bank card. He wanted money from her bank. So what he did is he talked her into giving his PIN number, her PIN number, which she gave him the wrong PIN number. So after he thought he had the right PIN number, it says she died of blunt force trauma. So he hit her across the head with something, killed her. Her dog, Ella, ran off into the woods. He was captured down right there north of Atlanta, about, I think it was Cummins. He was captured in Cummins, Georgia, in a parking lot. A customer in the parking lot saw him throwing stuff into a dumpster. He was trying to get rid of Meredith Emerson's property, so he was throwing it into a dumpster. Somebody shopping in the apartment complex called the law. They surrounded his car and locked him up. Well, come to find out, he had murdered a couple. Come to find out, he had murdered an elderly couple in North Carolina prior to killing Meredith Emerson. He had also murdered a nurse prior to killing Meredith Emerson. He also murdered a nurse down in Florida. He was convicted, given a life sentence for Meredith Emerson, and if I'm not mistaken, I can't be for sure, but if I'm not mistaken, he was given the death penalty for murdering the nurse down in Florida. So we come to the woods to relax, to take in the scenery, the trees, the beautiful grass, to look at the birds and any rabbits or any turkeys. We like to be around rivers like this, creeks or rivers. We come to relax, to enjoy nature. And we should always, this should be a lesson learned, no matter where you are, whether if you're in the city or on a hiking trail, you should always be vigilant. Always look around you. I'm a very analytical person, and I'm always looking around me. Even when I'm making my YouTube videos on YouTube, I can be downtown Kingsport in a city, and while I'm recording my videos, every now and then, quite often, if out of my peripheral vision, if I see a car or I see somebody, I glance away from the camera. And one of my friends, Fishy Comments on YouTube, he's another YouTuber, Fishy Comments, he says, why are you always glancing off? Well, it doesn't matter where you're at, whether if you're in the city or the woods. You need to be vigilant. You need to be aware of your surroundings. That's the way to stay safe. When I'm hiking on the trails deep in the woods like this, I carry a mace and maybe another weapon or two, but we won't talk about that. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. Every January 1st, every New Year, I think about Meredith Emerson and her dog Ella. She was a very beautiful young woman who was, I think she was in her 20s, who was murdered early in life, who was robbed of her life. Thank God that Gary Hilton got what he deserved. He will no longer be able to stalk people in the woods. Thanks for watching my video. Stay safe. Always, if you come to the woods, always be vigilant. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can never get enough of the deep woods.